Meghan Markle has quickly become one of the most insufferable people, not just in the entertainment industry, but really in the entire world at this point. Someone who is a D-list Hollywood actress, who only got jobs because of how she looked, who eventually turned into an activist when that didn't go so well, and somehow managed to find herself getting married into the royal family just to play victim, just to complain, just to say, I'm a victim of racism. And of course, her and Prince Harry are now despised by so many people, not just in the UK, but all across the world. And once again, they're getting bad news because just like what happened with their previous projects, they have failed. And now another brand is cutting ties with them. Spotify ends podcast deal with Harry and Meghan. Yeah, they got tens of millions, $20 to $25 million from Spotify to do a podcast and to do way more shit than that. Unfortunately, it was a failure, and now Spotify is cutting them loose. And this article goes through a bunch of different headlines, right? A bunch of different headlines about a mutual parting of ways, things like that, the way it's trying to be spun. Spotify ends podcast deal with couple, says far-left BBC. The couple in this case is a couple of insufferable, ungrateful smucks known as Harry and Meghan. The BBC, who's not known for its moral courage when it comes to reporting news inconvenient to anything left-wing, appears to be one of the few, if not the only outlets reporting this news accurately. Every other corporate media outlet is spinning the news this way. Prince Harry and Meghan's deal with Spotify ends as they agree to part ways. Harry and Meghan's Spotify podcast deal ends. Spotify, Prince Harry and Meghan end podcast deal after one season. It was a mutual parting of ways, yeah, right. Back in 2020, Spotify dropped somewhere in the vicinity of $25 million on these people. There was just one problem. The backstabbers failed to deliver. All Spotify got for its $25 million was 12 episodes of a podcast called Archetypes, which was really just Meghan talking to her celebrity friends. Quote, when the agreement with Spotify was first announced, it was billed as a relationship which would produce several series, but in the end, only one materialized. And now, funny enough, you even have a Spotify executive, Bill Simmons, who ran The Ringer, ended up joining with Spotify years ago. He's shitting on them publicly right now. Look at this from Bill Simmons, from a Spotify executive. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle called fucking grifters by Spotify executive and podcaster Bill Simmons after their split with the company. Bill Simmons, who sold The Ringer to Spotify in 2020 and has risen through the tech company's ranks, derided Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on his podcast Friday as fucking grifters. And we can even listen to this clip. I think we have it right here.
I'm going to pose this question to you. You do a lot of business deals, a lot of negotiations.
I do.
Well, let's just.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try to help him with a podcast idea.
Do it.
It's one of my best stories.
Dude, there hasn't been a Drunk Simmons podcast. Let's both get drunk and then it'll just be drunk.
Save that idea.
It'll be really easy.
The grifters.
Here's my business.
Right, like you have a Spotify. Now, Bill Simmons is not just a regular Spotify executive, right? Bill Simmons been around sports. He started The Ringer, like all this stuff, right? It's not just like a normal, buttoned up president of operations or something like that. But he's very involved in Spotify. He just flat out on his podcast calls them the fucking grifters, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Another failure on there. Let's remember the Netflix series that was also a massive flop and a failure for them as well. The audience hated it. It didn't get the ratings they were hoping for. These people just continue to fail upwards, basically. But I think at this point in time, they're running out of options. Their dream of being stars, of everyone wanting to know everything about their lives, that's kind of evaporated. And now everyone just wants to shit on them at each and every opportunity. Another failure for Meghan Markle and her cuck, Prince Harry. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.